Okay, start recording. Okay, so what we're going to do in this example is we are going to take an example that you had for an assignment last night that you did using long division. And we like long division. Long division, I should change the title. We're not getting ready to solve trig equations right now. In long division, you can, that method of polynomials you can use on every example, okay? It always works, but synthetic division is a great shortcut, but it doesn't always work, okay? So synthetic division, and I should pop up. All right. We have the right title. We're in good shape. Let's keep it moving. Sorry. So long division, again, always works. Reliable, good way to do it. But it's sometimes time consuming, a lot to write down, a lot of detail. Synthetic division, you got to remember the steps. And it doesn't work all the time, only in certain cases. Now, another thing it has in common with long division is synthetic division, you also need placeholders. So if I were missing somebody, I would have to fill in a 0 for that spot. And the other big rule is whatever you're dividing by, which is also known as the divisor, your divisor has to absolutely be in the form of 1x. See how there's nothing in front? It has to be to the first power. Long division, we could put a coefficient in front other than 1. We could have a power greater than 1. Synthetic, you cannot. And then obviously it would be plus or minus some number. Then you can do synthetic. If you don't have that, so divisor must be in this form. All right. Now, from there, what you want to do is it's going to be very naked. Like think of like synthetic material or synthetic. Like if someone told you, oh, this popcorn has synthetic ingredients in it, it's like, what am I eating? Plastic? You know, like a little scary. So it's going to be very like naked and simple. You're not going to have the X's when you do the work. So it kind of makes it interesting. You take the thing you're dividing by, X minus 1. You set it equal to 0. No matter what you're dividing by, you set it equal to 0. And then you solve for X. So we solve for X, which should be pretty easy, should be one step. Add 1 and we get X equals 1. This number is going to become my box number. I'm going to put a box in the top left corner. So I have positive 1, and I don't even draw the whole box. I just draw it like a little right angle kind of cap. Just shove them up there. Then across here in the same line, like if you use lined paper, across here in the same line, leave a little room in between, don't squash stuff. We're going to put the coefficients in order, and we're going to use placeholders if necessary. Okay? So my coefficient is the constant in front of the variable. It has to also be in standard form. So this is going to be a 1. That's going to be negative 20. Okay? Then next, see, I got 3, 2. That's technically a 1, and that's none. So I always say 1, none for the last ones. Negative 20. Then I'll put 20. Okay? And then negative 3. Then if you're using lined paper, you're going to skip a line and you're going to draw a line. And now we start. Okay? It's going to be very quick. You're going to bring down the first number and you put it under the line. And then I say the same thing to myself over and over every time. Bottom times box. Put it there. Add them straight down. You're negative 20 feet in a hole. You climb up only 1 foot. How deep in the hole are you now?
Negative 19.
Good. Then again, bottom times box. Negative 19 times 1 is?
Negative 19.
Add them straight down. So, I mean, this one's kind of classic. So just 20 minus 19.
1.
Bottom times box.
Is 1.
Add them straight down. Negative 3 feet in a hole. And you climb up 1 foot. How deep in the hole are you now? Negative 2. Then you take the last number and you box that off That should be your remainder. Hopefully you got that remainder.
Oh, I did it wrong. I got +2 instead of -2.
Okay, did you have, now look at these numbers. Are these numbers in your answer also?
Let me go check. Yes.
So that's good. Now look, I was dividing a third power equation by technically a first power equation, but it's invisible one. With synthetic, your answer will always be, because you're only allowed to divide by first power equations anyway, we said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your answer, all you'll do with these numbers is make them the coefficients of your answer, and you start with the power, one power less. So it's
Okay.
1x to the second, or x to the second, minus 19, and you just count down from there, x, plain x, plus 1, then minus, I'm a little squished because I'm a little aggressive and wrote too big, 2 over, and what do I put in the denominator of the 2?
X.
No, look back at your original division problem. What did we say we put in with the remainder when we write it? We put the remainder over what thing? If that was long division, you would write it like this. The remainder, when I would write it up top over here at the end, what did I always put it over?
The last number.
Not the last number. You put it over the thing you're dividing by. It's
the dividend.
This one's divisor. Divisor.
Oh, divisor.
So this is the divisor. I always say to myself, the divisor is outside of the house, so he would need to wear a visor because it's sunny outside. And the dividend is inside the house. Kind of hear what I was saying? A little goofy, I know. But you gotta do what you gotta do. So you're dividing by this, but you have a remainder. So if that's the remainder, it's left over, it didn't divide. So whatever the divisor was, you have to put underneath it. So don't get confused with the 1. You go back to the original and you're gonna put it over x minus 1. And that's it. That's synthetic. So you could get the same answer. So here I kept saying parentheses, minus sign, underline, cancel. And then here with synthetic division, you do bottom times box, add them straight down. Bottom times box, add them straight down. Yada, yada, yada. So let's try one more example. Okay. And for anyone who's using the video, if it makes sense to you, you understand synthetic division fairly well, you would get the same answer using long division, you are confident, give it a thumbs up. And if not, if you're like, SOS, I need more help with this, please make more synthetic division video, give it a thumbs down. And then I know you need more assistance with that. So hope that helps. And I'm going to record another video now with another example.